What is up, Jabronis? JJ back here with the crew: Snyder, Mangone, Bobby Gomes, UncleT. I mean, where do I even start? So first of all, we have a few members on this panel that have thought it was okay to not come to a few shows in a row, and that's cool. That's fine. Like, you know, Robert and Mangone. So here's what I'll tell you the difference is. You know, Bobby can't make it. He's apologizing profusely. He's trying to get off the restaurant that his family owns. He's trying to leave early. You know, he's doing everything he can to make the show. Mangone's like, fuck you, I'm not on the show tonight. Figure this shit out. Back-to-back weeks. Mangone, do you have anything to say for yourself for your behavior in how you decide to not be on this show?
Yeah, I mean, I brought a drink to, you know, apologize. UncleT always likes me to bring a drink on the show, so I got myself a drink here. And, I mean, I was busy, JJ. I don't know what to tell you. Then you switched the time up on me last second. You did it not so fast, my friend, and changed it from 10 o'clock to 7. Well, will that work? And I had already made my schedule for today, JJ.
Do you see how that, like, arrow just changes directions really fast? Do you see
I fully expected maybe an apology to the panel. Like, you know, hey, guys, I appreciate you filling in and maybe making the show, you know, work for a week or two without my presence. But no, he has to come and fire right back like, oh, you didn't give me any notice and, you know, all that. So I don't like that, man.
Now, UncleT, I like you. So when you call me, I pick up the phone. Next time I'm sending you to my secretary, okay?
Now, Mangone, there was a topic of discussion last week that it is believed from some members on this panel, potentially all, that you're a 12th guy in the lineup for kickball, kind of one of those swing guys, you know, that speeds the lineup up. You know, you come from the back, you got a little extra speed.
Easy, like coming from the back. That he may take that the wrong way.
Yeah. That's a very you're like a second leadoff. Where are you hitting the kickball order?
I mean, I've literally played once in my life, so I don't know exactly where I'd hit in the order, but I will say, JJ, I'm a speed guy, right? So yeah, that would be.
So yeah. This is correct. Pay UncleT, turns the lineup around.
But I typically bat towards the top. I'm not out here turning a lot. Like, you want me on first right away because I can go first to home for you, right? And like
how many hits to get you in from first, Mangone? 1, 2, 3.
One hit. You I'm faster than you. Put your money on the line.
Okay? You always say on this show, you'll call bullshit when you see it. You have to call bullshit.
I mean, where are you playing kickball, Mangone? Coors Field? I mean, how are you going first to home?
No,
UncleT, we saw what he did when he tries to start going too fast. He ends up on the couch, passed out.
That's true. Cuddled up next to AP down in Big T's basement.
UncleT, I'll say this: any money you want, I will race you, big boy.
No, I can't beat you in a foot race. But I will say this, man, just to put a cap on the whole kickball thing. JJ's right. We had a discussion about the kickball situation. Instead of hammering you for hitting 12th, I said, hey, JJ, look, it's probably he's got speed. He wants to turn the lineup over. He'll be on base when those better kickers come up. They call kickers? I don't even know. You know, you're on base and you can score. So I actually took up for you, Mangone.
My favorite part about this discussion is this wasn't even my team. I was a substitute, and I hit fifth. So I mean, it was not the most kind team. I was just kind of subbing in. So again, not my team. I'm not El Capitan, as some people like to claim. Joey Work likes to spread some fake news, but yeah, that's.
So what kind of stat line did you have for that hitting fifth? Did you get on, or were you 0 for 4, or what was it?
Yeah, I think I was 1 for 2 because then one of them was a fielder's choice, right? Like, I think where, you know, that doesn't count because of course the guy gets out at second, even though it was a decent kick. But you know, what can you do?
I mean, there's just so much we could all unravel. You know what? We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it as is. So the 3M Open. Snyder, I usually like to go to you to give us a little course insight because you know, you're usually, at least I can rely on you for that versus everybody else. But the course history here, maybe the rough for the greens for Mangone as well. A little bit on this.
Yeah, we've got quite the littered rough here for Mangone. TPC Twin Cities, par 71, around 7,400 yards. The greens here are going to be like around 6,500 square feet, which is a little above average. The golfers here hit these greens at such a high rate, the 73% high rate. It's one of the easiest places on tour to hit these greens. Approach shots will be coming in from like 175 to 200 on the average. All these 3 of the par 3s are going to be measured at over 200 yards. Golfers will see water on 15 to 18 of the holes. You must be able to score on these par 5s. They have huge birdie rates, and you have to score here. It's going to be a complete birdie fest. The winner will probably have a hot putter, and I look for like right around 20 under to 25 under range to be the winning score.
Wow, so a legitimate birdie hunting course. Uncle T, anything you want to add there before we go into a little bit of DFS?
No, Snyder broke it down pretty well. I know they have water on 15 of the 18 holes, I believe. I'm not sure if Snyder mentioned that or not, but yeah, it's going to play pretty easy. I mean, it's definitely going to play, again, any 18 to 22 under range. And, I'm targeting more of the birdie or better guys that can get hot with the putter. So, yeah, I didn't get a review on the salt levels of the green, but I guess I'll just kind of guess on my own.
Love it. All right, so we could slide over to DFS as always. Just kind of giving one or two guys you like. Mangone, you look awfully interested. Maybe we'll start with you. DFS core or one or two guys you like for this week.
Yeah, actually, I stayed up pretty late last night. I started listening to some videos, and I wanted to catch there's more than just the layer rough at this course. There's something else special. So I got to listen to this video again. But I'll give you some feedback on my DFS stuff. So I kind of like avoiding a lot of the top range, right? I like birdie makers. One thing I'm looking at, and Snyder, I wish I had the stat in front of me, but I was looking at, I believe, I was trying to find guys that avoid basically like the water, right? What's the exact stat for? I forget what it is. It's on my other computer. That tab is up. But what is the stat to use to look at guys that are going to avoid hazards? Because I think that could be very important for this week's night.
Is Gary Waterland here? Hopefully not.
Gary Waterland is in the field.
Oh God, yeah, he's at the top of the the list. There you go. You can just scratch him off this week. There's a lot of water here.
Yeah.
Come on, Holden. I just said that.
Oh yeah.
There's like 13, I think. Water.
JJ, that's disrespectful to Uncle T.
15 holes.
Yeah, and I think the stat that's used most to track that is green and regulation, right? Yeah. So I was looking at green and regulation a little bit. I obviously want birdies, right? The birdie or better percentage. When I looked at a ton of different stats that I kind of was grinding out and trying to see what like matched the most, I think Tringale matched a ton on a lot of stuff. I liked him. I really like Grillo. My only worry with Grillo is he's coming back over from the Open, right? And I never know how to judge that. Like, will there be a little bit of a hangover there? How will he do? But Grillo's one of those guys that popped up a ton for me. So those are two guys in the 9K range I like. Then there's one more 9K guy I want to mention who has a lot of incentive, Robert McIntyre, right? When you look at these guys that have incentive to do things, and if he does really well at this event, he gets that exemption like that Will Zalatoris got because he's been playing so great at all these events. So it's really important for him to do well here. I don't like that 10K range as much as I like that 9K range, so I'm living there more. The 8K range is okay, but some of these high 7K guys I like. Doug Gim is another one of those guys that popped up as someone that I'm probably going to play pretty heavily. It seems like he matched up pretty well on all the stats that I looked at. Another stat, looking at guys with their long irons, 175 to 200 yards. He's someone that popped on a ton of different stuff, so I like Gim a ton. And then one more guy I want to mention, and Uncle T, I talk about him a ton, and he's coming off good form. And I feel like this is something JJ would do, right? Instead of going to the Open, he decided to hit his family vacation, right? I can't go to the Open even though I qualified. I have family vacation with the wife and kids. And so he skipped out on qualifying.
What's so funny about that, Bobby?
I'm just waiting for my turn to speak.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Robert's here? I didn't even see him here. Hi, Robert.
So my boy Ryan Moore skips out on, an opportunity to qualify. He says, I'm in an old age where traveling's a bit difficult, right? It can be a toll on my body. So I'm going to skip that. He's fighting for the FedEx. He wants to get those points, play at an easier event, and go on the family vacation to like Hershey Park, something Duncan would probably do.
Now, I won't even address the egregious family count. But so Mangone, do you just want to maybe give 2 or 3 names to round out 20 DFS names you gave out in the last 3 minutes? Or
for the record, 20 wasn't given, but if I didn't mention a lot, right, I wouldn't stay on brand. But I'd say the guys I'm keying in on the most right now are Tringale. I would say Grillo. I would say Mr. Doug Gim, and like a a lone difference maker is Mr. Family Vacation himself, Ryan Moore.
Bobby, who do you've been a little quiet, so maybe you got a little extra incentive today. Looks like he's really on his game today, Uncle T. Who do you like in DFS?
I think I'm going back to Fat Pat.
Oh,
Everyone was off it. Everyone was on him last week. Busted. I know Uncle T's playing Finau. Fishiest play there is this week. Play Finau. I should have played him last week, but you're going to play him this week. I don't know. I think I might go back to Fat Pat. I'm just Xing chalk right now. Finau, chalk, X. Lebiota, X. I don't know. I'm just done playing any chalk in golf. Doesn't make any sense.
So you like Patrick Reed?
I like Fat Pat, yeah.
Okay. Now, Jackie had basically said we're badasses, and we appreciate that, Jackie. I assume you mean everyone except Mangone, though, but that's fine. We appreciate.
We know Mangone's not, but Travis is, right, JJ?
Travis is a notorious badass. Uncle T, we can go to you for DFS. What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, Mangone, I appreciate you saving me a few guys there, but I agree with Robert. I'd agree with the Robert McIntyre call quite a bit. 9K, his win odds have gone down to 28-1, and he's grouped in an area with guys like Bubba and Fowler and Bradley and those guys that are 40-50-1. So 28-1, Robert McIntyre. We'll talk about the outrights and things later, but DFS purposes, I really like Robert McIntyre. And going down a little bit, Maverick McNeely is another. He'll be another one of my. He could make my core play. I'm not really sure he's going to be real close if he doesn't. $8,400. One of the more high priced or higher owned guys on the slate, but one of the most mispriced guys, Hank Lebiota at $7,900. I'm a little shocked that he's not in the mid to upper 8Ks this week. So
Easy fade.
I'll gladly hop on board. Hey, Rob, yeah. Me anymore. You can like we say all the time. Like last week when Big T and all you donkeys were saying, "Oh, you can't play Spieth. He's 27. He'll be 35% owned in the big turn. There's no way you can play him." Oh no, don't.
I didn't end up playing Spieth though.
Look, Bobby, I'm not talking.
A very good play.
Look. You can always get different in golf. You guys all know that. I'm not even breaking news. You could have two guys that are 25% owned. You can always get different in golf. So I am on Big Hank this week. There's no reason not to. And then going down a little bit further, I like the guys in the mid 7K range. Rogers and Vegas down there. I kind of like both of those guys as well.
Awesome. Do you like Finau this week, then?
It's your turn to talk, Robert.
Me? No.
I'm not giving away the people that are watching like Jackie, but we got to save those. We go in segments on this show, Robert. JJ runs the show, and he lets us know which section to break it down. That's not in that section yet.
I love that, like, Uncle T is just really breaking the show down, like, fundamentally. Like Robert, you had your chance to talk. Now it's my turn to talk, and when I'm done talking, JJ will tell us who's next allowed to talk.
Correct. There you go.
Anyway, Snyder, who do you like for DFS?
Yeah, I definitely like Hammer and Hank the Tank. I mean, definitely sets up well here. I mean, I don't care what he's owned. I'll eat that. I mean, he's coming off finishes of 8th, 4th, 5th. I mean, just been a complete stud for us lately.
Asking for a friend, who is Hank the Tank?
Hammer and Hank the Tank.
Hammer, again, asking for a friend here, but if we could just get a last name for Hammer and Hank.
Lebiota.
I'll DM you, JJ, while he's talking.
Lebiota. Okay.
Mito Pereira is another guy I like, just a little bit under him, right there, 7'6". He's shown improvement across the board stats wise. He's coming over from the Korn Ferry Tour. He won a couple events there, which got him an exemption onto the PGA Tour. Missed his first cut. I think he was a little nervous, but since then he's went 34th to John Deere and then 5th last week at the Barbasol. I mean, he's just a stud. He made 25 birdies last week. He doesn't make many bogeys. Got high birdie upside. I like him this week. And like the guy I like up top the most would probably be. I like. It's tough. I did like Wolf, but I just seen a matchup where Wolf was like Gorilla was like -170 against Wolf, so that scares me there. I like Bubba. Bubba's good. I think he's going to have good upside here. It's at 9K. He's been rounding in the form. He's made his last 7 cuts. It's been solid. I like him.
Awesome. Now, Bobby, before we go to outrights, you had a question for some people?
I just want to know where UncleT is on Finau. That's all I want to know.
For DFS purposes or betting purposes, Bobby? DFS purposes. So if you were able to catch the Strokes Gain show where Snyder and I joined our boy Hoopster, I am going way overweight on DJ this week. I'm going to go like 70% on DJ and just get way overweight on DJ. And the other teams that I don't have DJ, I will start my teams with Finau because I don't like the 9K range hardly at all. I do like Bobby McIntyre at the bottom of the 9K range, but he may be my only exposure to that whole 9K range. So my builds, at least right now, are going to lead me in a direction where I play Finau or DJ to start my builds, and then I go right to the 8Ks. So
I like that. I don't.
Yeah, I have a quick question. I know this isn't DFS, but I do have a quick question. I look at this field, and it's fairly watered down, at least at the top. However, with Louis in there and obviously DJ the favorite, is Louis just going to be like by far chalk in this tournament with this field? Or do you think DJ overrides him?
No, he'll be the least owned of these 4 up top, JJ, as far as DFS.
Really?
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think Usti will come in about 12 or 13%. DJ will be one of the higher owned guys along with Big Hank on the board. But Usti, you get that 10-9 price tag. And JJ, you're right. It's a little bit watered down, but it's not nearly as watered down as the field we broke down for the John Deere a couple weeks ago, right? And that was really bad. So this field, you actually do have a few guys up top that we can choose from, but I'll let these guys get in. But I think he will be the lowest owned of the 10K guys.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just look at it from a I guess a non-DFS level. I know that Louis has been kind of smashing, and this is a watered down field that he's in. He would almost just seem at the top, plug and play. DJ hasn't seemed like he's been in the best form either. Again, not a golf guy by any means. And Finau, I mean, that dude doesn't win anything, so he ain't in my lineup in this type of tournament. And then there's Pat Reed, Robert Sky. But overall, Mangone, did those takes make sense, or was I out of left field?
Yeah, I think one thing that Bobby said that made sense is he's on Fat Pat, and if you like Fat Pat, they got some powder sugar sand at this course, right? So a guy who's fat gotta love some powder sugar sand. So makes sense for some Pat Reed. He could definitely get it done this week. But he has a T23 here. I just don't love the guys at the top, JJ. It's like I see myself living in this 9K range. I might fade all the guys in the 10K range and just say, I don't need Dustin Johnson, right? I don't need Louis. I don't need Finau. I don't need Fat Pat. I'd rather take a chance on a Sergio Garcia, right? I'd rather take a chance on a Tringale and some of these other guys. I just don't think I need to go there with those 10
next week.
Did I just hear Sergio?
Yeah, I think Sergio is totally in play. I think he's someone that he's going to be lower owned, right? He can get the job done. He's been in a lot better form. And we know the only way he wins is once the putting flips. And the putting randomly flips. The dude puts with his eyes closed, right? He won the Masters putting with his eyes closed. I mean, that's just simply a fact. So I don't know when the putting is going to flip, but everything else looks decent. His irons haven't been as great, but again, that's what he's good at, his irons. So if those irons flip, which they easily can, I mean, I don't want to spend on these guys like Reed, Finau, Louis, and DJ. I just want to build a lot more middling builds, I think, this week, because I think there's a lot of risk with some of these golfers.
Okay, fair enough. Now, we can switch over to some more betting stuff. So outrights here, guys, we'll call it 45, 50 plus to 1 that you think have value. And as I scroll through here, I see my boy Gary Waterland there at 50 to 1. I mean, that's just dead money. I guess we could rewind this if he wins this tournament. But with all the water UncleT spoke about and all the water at this course, I mean, guys, come on. I mean, he's just like an auto fade. He's not even going to make the cut, right?
Yeah, I'm out on Waterland for sure.
I never play him.
No Gary for me.
Great. Outrights with value. Mangone, we can start with you again. What do you think about guys that are 50 plus to 1? If there's any value there, who would it be?
Yeah, it depends which book you go to, right? This book right now has him at 48 to 1. I'm sure you can price shop it at a better book, no doubt. I'll go with the Gim Reaper, Mr. Doug Gim. I think he definitely gets the job done this week. One of those great iron players. He can birdie it a ton. He can putt well here. I just think this is a really good spot for Doug Gim. And he's also been playing really well recent form-wise. It just feels like a really good week for everything to finally line up for him and get the job done. So Doug Gim will be my 50 to 1 or greater.
Okay, great. Bobby, who's your value outright?
I think honestly, for me, I don't mind going to Patton Kazire. Just can go get those birdies. Fits well at this course. Like I don't know. I like Patton Kazire. Golf's coming. Like he's just getting his game together. So I don't know. I'm in on Kazire. What's he at here? 65.
65 to 1. Okay, Bob. I see you. I see you. Uncle T, what do you think for an outright? Long shot though.
Yeah, I like those calls, actually. I like Gim and Kazire. I like both those calls by you guys. I'm going to go with Maverick McNeely, 50 to 1. Just feel like his game's trending in the right direction. And if we don't see a win by one of those guys up top, which I think we do personally, but if we don't, I think Maverick McNeely down there at 50 to 1, his game's trending in the right direction. And another guy that I will have an outright on is Johnny Vegas at 60 to 1. I think there's some value there at 60 to 1 for a guy that's been in the kind of form Johnny Vegas is.
Love it. Love it. Snyder, how about you? Who's your value outright?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Patrick Rogers. He's 80 to 1. He's made 6 straight cuts. He's really trending upwards. He's improved his finish in his last 3 events, too. He's went 41st, 23rd, and 5th. I really like where his game's going. I like targeting him in these weaker fields. I think he will excel at this track and definitely like him.
Awesome. Awesome. And you know what? I'll slide it right back to you the other way, Snyder. Who do you like to win this tournament?
I mean, Dustin Johnson, if he plays like he wants, I mean, he can just run away with this and overpower this track, but definitely not going to bet him at 7 to 1 or whatnot. I kind of like Bubba Watson. He's 35 to 1. He's won, I think, 10 times in his career, but he hasn't won in a few years. I mean, his game's really trending up. I mean, he had contact tracing last week and wasn't allowed to travel, but now he's good to go here. He's just been strong off the tee. The iron play is coming around, and I think he can do well here.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, quick question from here. Mark Anderson, Cat. Okay. Anybody have any data, anything on Mark Anderson?
Mangone.
I mean, this is definitely a Snyder question. I have not been digging deep in the Mark Anderson streets yet. I will say that. So Snyder,
I see his odds like he's in that 250 to 1 area.
Yeah, he got 8th place at the Rocket Mortgage and 26th last week at the Barbasol. The iron plays there. I mean, I don't mind it. Super long shot.
Awesome. Which way are we going? I guess we go right back to you, Bobby. Smiling over there. Must be like sexting. Who's your
there could be ice cream on the way though, JJ.
You know what, you're right. Who's your by the way, wasn't the ice cream was the ice cream the rom call or was the ice cream the phenol?
That was the phenol mishap.
Yeah, let's avoid dairy on these shows, Bobby. Let's stay away from dairy. Who's your tournament winner here?
Tournament winner, Patrick Reed, my guy.
Sticking to your guns. Is he 16? 16?
Yep.
16. Okay. I like it.
You hate it. Say you hate it.
Uncle T. Who's your tournament winner?
I like Mav McNeely at 50 to 1, but I gave him as my longer shot. But I do like Mav McNeely. But going up top, I'm going to troll Robert big time here. I'm going to go with Tony Finau.
I knew you were going to do that. I
think DJ wins the golf tournament for the record, but I can't pull what Robert did a few weeks ago and took Rahm when he was like 6 to 1. I'm not going to do that with DJ. Instead, I'll go with 14 or 16 to 1, depending on where you get it. Tony Finau gets it done this week.
This is the week not to play Finau.
This is the week not to play Fat Pat.
Last week was the week not to play Fat Pat. Unfortunately, me and Mangone did.
I just like
This
Hey, it
week.
sounds like we got a heads
Bobby, I
up.
wasn't
Pat.
here last week. Why are you throwing me under the bus? Jeez. I mean,
I want to be clear. This show has no ill will towards Tony Finau, but
Finau should be at
I
like
find it-
25-1.
I find it very difficult to just even type his name in the same sentence as tournament winner.
Well,
but
I've
look,
kind of taken an easy way out and taken Justin Johnson like Robbie did of Rom a few weeks ago. I wasn't going to do that to you guys.
DJ might withdraw. We still
my favorite part about that was Rom wins a playoff to win the tournament, and the next week Bobby's like, guys, how easy was Rom last week? What was I telling you? I mean,
It's
five,
easy-
it was like
easy-
6 to 1 wasn't even close to high enough. Snyder, right? No, Mangone. Who wins the tournament?
yeah, I mean, I do like the Gim Reaper, but we'll go with Mr. Cameron Tringale. Again, another guy, great iron player. He's been great form, great birdie player. Uncle T, I'll take Cameron Tringale versus any of those 4 guys up top that you want. If you
Travel.
want
I'll take him.
Giannis gets away with walking every time. Go ahead, Mango. My bad.
I said you can have any of those clowns up top in the 10K range. I'll take Cameron Tringale straight up against you.
Any of them?
I'm
Can I
not
get
good.
some action?
Snyder,
No.
I don't want action against you. I wanted against Uncle T. It's for a reason.
I like you too much, Mangone. I like you too much. I owe you lunch already.
Too much. You take one of those guys up top, any of your pick. I get Tringale.
I'll take Finau. I don't want to take the easy way out and say I'll take the highest guy or lowest guy on the board, DJ. I'll take Finau over Tringale.
There we go. For lunch.
Whatever you want. You slide on in, big boy.
Excellent. 2 lunches on Uncle T will make it. I'm already up 1. We'll make it 2 here by the end of the week. I love it.
Can't wait. JJ, can you make sure you have that on tape? Because Mangone sometimes forgets things and, you know what I mean? Like he'll say, oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and apparently Robert needs to hire a loan shark. I mean, it's life's getting crazy. I mean,
I hear
life
him
is
there.
getting
I mean,
crazy.
It's rough for us over here.
It's not easy, Snyder. We just try to go with the flow, but everyone else around us is a fucking nut job. All right, so next up, top 20s. Snyder, we can start with you. Who's your favorite top 20 bet this week?
I'm going to go right back to Mito Pereira there. I mean, at FanDuel, you can get him at plus 360, the top 20. He's been moving up, trending up. I like where he's at in this weaker type field. I think he'll top 20 easy here.
Mito Pereira, 280. Okay.
360.
Oh, FanDuel. That's right. That's right. Mangone, top 20. Who do you like?
Yeah, top 20. Let's see. I'm trying to give a different name, right? Not one that I've already mentioned. Mix it up a little bit. I mean, I've said I like him for DFS, right? But I haven't given him as a top 20 or any kind of bet. But we'll go with Ryan Moore plus 260. Like him, we'll make him one of my top 20s this week. That's on the FanDuel book. Again, price shop everywhere. There's tons of different books you can look at. So yeah, I might not even have access to a book that has a better line. So we'll go with Ryan Moore, top 20 plus 260.
I mean, Mangone, you were like a guy I mentioned in DFS. You mentioned 100 names in DFS. I mean, okay, so Uncle T, how about you? Who do you like top 20?
Yeah, I've got 2 written down here, and we really haven't talked about the one guy at all, and very little about the other guy. But I like Charles Schwartzel, plus 200. Again, you guys can help me on the FanDuel Sportsbook. I don't have access to it, but plus 200, Charles Schwartzel. Plus 200 for top 20. And then also one I like even more down below, Pat Perez. I usually like to, if you go back, guys, I need to go back last week, JJ, as well. I think we gave out a couple. I think Bobby McIntyre was on my list, and I had another one that was pretty far down the list. Pat Perez plus 400 to top 20. In this type of field, I think that's some really good value on Pat Perez.
Awesome. And Bobby, how about you? Who do you like top 20?
I actually really like both those calls by Uncle T. I'm going to go with the previous winner here versus Tony Finau, Michael Thompson in the showdown. Plus 400 at top 20.
Michael Thompson. Plus 450?
Is he plus 450? I saw plus 400.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Depends on the book. I got plus 360 on FanDuel, but DK could be plus. I mean, you can chop
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. It was somewhere.
Clinton likes Mark Anderson top 20, which is 10 to 1. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Plus 400 on DK.
Okay, so I guess we could slide over to
Like it,
matchups, and Mangone can go right back to you. Who's a guy you want to target this week, and maybe who's a guy you want to fade?
Let me pull up the matchups to make sure. I'll admit I'm watching the Bucks game here. I got distracted. Go to me last, JJ. Let me make sure I get the right matchup for you.
Okay.
Way to redirect the show, man. Going good.
Yeah,
job.
I you know what, UncleT, while it is a bit perturbing that he's choosing to act like this live on a show, I can at least respect the fact that he's like,
He was honest.
I don't know shit, so move on to the next person.
Just hit me last. I will make sure it's a winner. Don't worry. I mean, I already gave a matchup. Basically, I said, UncleT, if you want, slide into UncleT's Twitter DMs, give him a follow on Twitter, and bet Tringale against Finau. And next week we can all eat lunch on UncleT. I already gave you one, but I'll look at the books to see what people can actually get, because who knows? UncleT Sportsbook might be shut down. I'm not sure.
If Tringale or Finau miss the cut and the other one doesn't, do we get double if your guy that you picked doesn't make the cut?
I'm down with that. I mean,
Triple? JJ says triple. I'll settle for double because Mangone, I don't want I don't want to take any more money from you. But
yeah, I mean, we'll do double with. You can get dessert too. I'll let you get dessert, UncleT.
I don't do dessert. How do you think I stay so thin? I can't be eating that shit.
Says the guy who eats candy cigarettes on every DFS show he does. But
I'm a big. I like the candy cigarettes.
Probably.
There you go, Bobby. It took us 40 minutes almost for you to jump on board. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Bobby Gomes.
Those are probably keto. Those are probably keto candy cigarettes, Mangone. I mean, what do you know about candy cigarettes?
I mean, they're delicious. I will say
Candy
that.
cigarettes are old school. You got to respect the candy cigarettes.
Hey, Mangone got some candy cigarettes when he came in for the party at Big T's. We ate them all weekend.
Yeah, enjoyed them. It was a good time.
Yeah. Where did we leave off, JJ? What do you need? My fades?
Yeah, Snyder, you want to give your matchup fades and targets?
All right.
Yeah.
So my fades this week are going to be
I love it.
Oosthuizen and Lucas Herbert. Am I on mute?
No,
I know I wasn't.
We can hear you. I didn't know if you were trolling or what, because I'm like, Snyder, feel free to give your matchups and fades. You're like, okay, great. So here's who I like.
I wanted to get one of these two guys in because I know Snyder likes one of these guys.
Yeah, no, fire away.
I'm fading Oosthuizen up top, and I'm also fading Lucas Herbert, who's about $1,200 overpriced on DK. So I'll fade them, and I'm going to target. I love the Tringale call, even though I'm betting against him. You Mangone with Finau. I do like that, and I like Johnny Vegas in matchups.
Now, Johnny Vegas can be an easier fade for me.
That's why they call it gambling, Bob.
Uncle JJ, I can give you the one I found. Out of order, and I'll go back to it. I talked about loving Doug Gim, right? Give me Doug Gim at -130 on the DK book over Joel Damon, right? I don't like him that much. I don't think he's that good, and I think Gim is a great play this week. So I might even put it on the sheet. That's how good that one looks, JJ.
Yeah.
Real quick, UncleT, who was that matchup target? The last one you said where Bobby.
I thought you just wanted fades. Oh yeah, my matchup is, and I really like this one. Maverick McNeely -120 over Troy Merritt. Maverick McNeely -120 over Troy Merritt. And I got another one that I'm not going to give you, but I do want to get y'all's opinion. I know I asked Snyder about this, but it almost feels like it's a sucker bet. But Johnny Vegas, who's 7,500 on DK, he's -120 over Stuart Sink, who's $8,700 on DK. So I know this is a bet show, not a DFS, as far as, this type of question, but $1,200 difference, it makes me not like Stuart Sink from a DFS standpoint, and it makes me like Johnny Vegas in a bet situation. How is he -120 over Stuart Sink? What am I missing? Don't all talk at once. JJ, you want to take that?
Yeah, I would agree with you, UncleT. That's
thanks, JJ.
That's enough suspicion. That's enough suspicion to keep me off it. And great answer collectively as a team, guys.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much.
You all
waiting for Mangone.
I was waiting for Mangone too.
Yeah.
I'm too busy diving in those powder sugar.
All right, hey JJ, go back and cut the tape when I first started saying that, and then go to the next guy.
So Mangone, you were in the middle of your fade. You were giving a matchup. Who was
Yeah,
his
he's giving a matchup on the DK Sportsbook, -130, Doug Gim over Joel Damon, however you want to say it. Doesn't matter. He's not going to make the cut. He's going to lose to my boy Doug Gim. So give me Doug Gim there.
Okay, short and sweet. Snyder, how about you? Who do you like for a matchup?
I like Dustin Johnson versus Ustazen. You can get that -120. Definitely looking to target Ustazen. Another one I actually like Lucas Herbert quite a bit this week. I know Uncle T doesn't, but I like him. I mean, before last week's missed cut where he dropped some people off, hurt some people's feelings, but he'd been strong before there. A couple strong events over on the Euro Tour. He made 22 birdies and then 26 birdies. An 18th place finish at Memorial and the 19th at Travelers. He's been playing good golf. I like him. You can get him versus Ryan Moore. -112. Ryan Moore is coming off a second place finish at the John Deere, but that was quite the outlier performance, I think. He gained 11 strokes in that event, and I don't think he gained 11 strokes total in his last eight events before then. I mean, that was easily his best finish and his first finish inside the top 35 in at least 3 months.
Nice. And now I will say this. So this is the second week in a row where Joey Work brings up the shrimp dick play. And this week, Mangone, you're on the hot seat for it. Thoughts?
Which one's the shrimp dick play? I don't know what he's talking about.
I assume
my matchups.
I assume it's the one where you decided to lay 190 on a golf matchup.
I made us -130 on Doug Gim. That's fine. If you listen, that's perfectly fine. He's a great play. Joey Work, if you want that action, right, you can have it. You can have Joel Damon. Slide into those DMs, big boy. Take that Baltimore Orioles cheese that you won the other day, right? Take that cheese and put it down on Mr. Damon. You know what? I'll be even generous. I'll give you +120, Joey Work. Slide on in. It's a loss for you, buddy.
Wow, Mangone's like pinnacle over here, giving these types of lines.
Yeah, he takes 2 weeks off, and now he hates everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he takes 2 weeks off. He's basically making bets with everybody. Would you win the pick 5 while you've been gone? Bobby, so who do you like for matchups and who you want to fade?
I can tell you who I dislike. Lonto Griffin. So -120, Cam Davis on the DK Sportsbook. I can take that. I think Cam Davis is going to get back on track this week.
By the way, JJ, you love to put stuff on the screen. Put up Joey Work real quick. Put up his last comment. Let's watch him backpedal into the bushes real quick. Oh, calm down. Yeah, now he doesn't want to. Now he says it's not a shrimp dick play.
I can't get over that picture. I can't get over that picture.
Joey Work.
It is a good picture for sure. Not the wedding picture where he's popping the bottles. That is a great one.
Good pick.
Yeah, we continue to say it. He looks like he's straight out of the tanning bed. Yeah. Might even be airbrushed in that picture. It's kind of tough to tell. Might be airbrushed. He's got the tie on.
That sunglass tan.
Tremendous lighting. Yeah, he's got the raccoon eyes, so he's been in the sun. Just a really good look for you, Joey. Keep up the good work.
Come on, Jay Crowder. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I guess we could just go to final notes and then call it. So, Snyder, I'll start with you. Any final notes you want to give on the course? Anything maybe you missed or anything you want to leave us off with?
Yeah, I just like these. I kind of like these birdie events where it comes down to some of these lesser known guys that getting their chances to shine here. Definitely gonna attack great ball strikers, approach players. Birdies are better. I mean, you must score here. I mean, you got to hit that 175 to 200 range is a popular or a very important range. That's about it.
Awesome. Mangone, how about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, all I got to say is guarantee Doug Gim gets the job done. Going to be very, very invested in DFS and on the betting board this week.
Awesome. Uncle T, final notes?
Yeah, looking forward to the week. Again, after the last major of the year, it's kind of a little bit of a hangover feel. But, hey, DFS purposes, there's a lot of good tournaments, and we're going to break these down every week. Speaking of every week, though, I think next week while you guys were talking, you got the Olympics next week. So we don't have a tour event. I don't know if they're going to have contests up for DK. I'm assuming they will. So if they do, I'm assuming we'll have this show again next week, but it'll be the Olympics. And then I think they come back and have the WGC event in Memphis.
Oh, nice. That'll, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to certain things in the Olympics. I don't watch it all, but certain things. We have another comment from a viewer. Oh no, that's not. Mangone did confirm though that he did bet fifth, but that kind of rounds off to last, and that yes, he does turn the lineup around. So Uncle T wins the bet from last week.
Thanks,
that was a really good call, Uncle T.
Thank you.
Bobby, any final notes for this place?
Yep, Mangone turns the lineup around and comes from behind. Well, he does it. I need to get some money back with Patrick this week, so I'm with Fat Pat on the Fat Pat train.
Well, I mean, Mangone will give you action with Tringale. He thinks Tringale is like a stone cold lead pipe lock, so get some action with Mangone.
Mangone and Hoop love Tringale. I don't know if I can do Tringale.
No, I'll admit I'm not a huge Tringale typically guy. Like he's not typically like Hoop definitely strokes.
Hoop's definitely a big Tringale.
Hoop does. I don't typically stroke him like this, but I think this is a good event for it. I'm excited for some Tringale this week.
Okay, well another good.
You're excited for 20% Tringale this week?
Bobby, I don't know. You're playing 100 guys, so just settle down over there.
Hold on, Mangone. I mean, let's be honest. Let's take a break with the 100 guys. Okay, your DFS opener had 12 guys in it to start. But no, look, obviously another good show. Thanks, guys, for hanging out and having good content here. Thank everybody for watching, paying the time you do prior to this event. As always, gamble responsibly. Gave you quite a few different options here, bets here. Obviously, anything that helps you move the needle, whether it's DFS betting wise, that's what this show's for. So thanks again for watching. Be sure to gamble responsibly, stay safe, and as always, run pure, folks. We'll see you next week.